You've been told your tests are normal, but you still have brain fog, IBS, random rashes, and a heart that sometimes feels like it's going to jump out of your chest. So you get labeled with IBS, anxiety, or stress. What if they're all wrong? What if all of your separate issues are actually one condition your doctors were never trained to look for? Today, we're going to connect those dots. By the end of this video, you'll know what Mast Cell Activation Syndrome is, how it links brain fog and IBS, and what you can start doing about it. Let's see if this sounds familiar. You wake up already tired. Your brain feels wrapped in cotton. You're there, but not really there. Your gut is chaos. Some days you're bloated after a healthy meal. Other days it's sudden diarrhea. You never know what you'll get. Maybe your skin joins the party. Random itching, rashes, flushing across your face or chest. And then, out of nowhere, your heart starts racing. You feel like you're having a panic attack, but nothing stressful is happening. You go to the doctor, they run labs, maybe an endoscopy. Everything comes back fine. So you're told it's IBS. It's stress. You're just anxious. And that's when you start to wonder, is this all in your head? It is not in your head. Your symptoms are real. They are connected. And they're following a pattern that most people simply don't recognize. Inside your body, there are immune cells called mast cells. Think of them as your internal alarm system. They live in your skin, your gut, your brain, around your blood vessels, and your heart, pretty much everywhere. When they detect a real threat like an infection or allergen, they release powerful chemicals: histamine, tryptase, prostaglandins, and more. In a healthy body, this is great. It's how you fight off colds and heal from injuries. But in Mast Cell Activation Syndrome, MCAS, these cells become trigger happy. They start reacting to things that shouldn't be a big deal. Certain foods, temperature changes, strong smells, hormone shifts, even stress. And every time they react, they dump chemicals like histamine into your body over and over. Imagine your body as a sink. The faucet? That's your mast cells releasing histamine. The drain? That's your body's ability to clear it. With MCAS, the faucet is leaky and stuck on high, and for many people, the drain is partly clogged. Sooner or later, that sink overflows. That overflow is your symptoms. Now, let us talk about that drain. This is where histamine intolerance and DAO come in. Your body uses an enzyme called diamine oxidase, DAO, to break down histamine from food in your gut. But if your DAO is low because of genetics, gut damage, medications like some antidepressants or painkillers, or nutrient deficiencies, you don't clear food histamine very well. That's histamine intolerance. On its own, histamine intolerance can cause symptoms. But combine it with MCAS, now, your mast cells, faucet, are constantly dripping histamine inside your body. Your DAO, drain, can't keep up with histamine from food. Result? Your histamine sink overflows very quickly, even from meals you think are healthy. Brain fog, anxiety. Histamine is also a neurotransmitter. When you're overloaded, it can overstimulate your brain and nervous system. That can feel like brain fog, racing thoughts, anxiety or panic, trouble falling or staying asleep. Wired but exhausted. That random panic attack after dinner? For some people, it's not random. It's a histamine spike from that meal. IBS, bloating, and diarrhea. Your gut is packed with mast cells. When they fire, they release histamine into your digestive system. Histamine increases stomach acid and speeds up or disrupts motility. So you get cramping, bloating, sudden diarrhea. That classic IBS and roller coaster. This is why low FODMAP or gluten-free might help a bit, but never fully fix it. Because the issue isn't just carbs or gluten, it's histamine and mast cells, heart palpitations, and blood pressure swings. Histamine can act directly on your heart and blood vessels. It can cause racing heart, tachycardia, heart flutters, or skipped beats, sudden drops or spikes in blood pressure, lightheadedness, or near fainting. Your doctor runs an EKG. It might look fine when you're not in a flare. So you're told, it's just anxiety. Hormonal flares, especially around your period. Here's a wild fact. Estrogen can tell mast cells to release more histamine, and histamine can push your body to make more estrogen. That feedback loop is why migraines, anxiety, insomnia, bloating, and gut issues often get dramatically worse right before your period. Let me show you how sneaky this can be with a real-world style example. We'll call her Sarah. Sarah ate what most people would call a clean diet: spinach salad with avocado, walnuts for a snack, a glass of red wine, a bit of aged cheese in the evening. Every night she went to bed bloated. Her heart would start racing when she lay down. She'd wake up with a crushing headache and brain fog that felt like a hangover. Her tests? Normal. Her diagnoses? IBS, chronic migraine, generalized anxiety. Then she learned about histamine and MCAS. Here's the twist. Spinach, avocado, walnuts, red wine, and aged cheese are all high histamine or histamine-releasing foods. With guidance, she tried a 3 to 4 week low histamine reset, swapping high histamine foods for lower histamine ones, supporting her mast cells and DAO with her practitioner. Within weeks, her heart palpitations calmed. Her morning headaches faded. Her digestion stopped attacking her every night. She wasn't fixed overnight, but for the first time, her body made sense. So why hasn't anyone mentioned MCAS to you? Because there's no single perfect test. Levels of mast cell mediators can look normal between flares. Medical training is often organ by organ, not multi-system. There are tests like serum tryptase or 24-hour urine tests for things like N-methylhistamine or prostaglandin D2, but they're tricky to time. This is where you become your own advocate. When you talk to your doctor, you can say something like, I have multi-system symptoms, gut issues, brain fog, heart palpitations, skin reactions, and they often flare after certain foods or stress. Could mast cell activation syndrome be a possibility? You can also ask, could we run a serum tryptase or a 24-hour urine mediator panel? Would you support me in a 3 to 4 week low histamine diet trial and possibly antihistamines to see if their S improvement? You're not self-diagnosing. You're bringing them more data. If this is all clicking for you, here are practical starting points you can explore with a professional. Short-term low histamine reset for 3 to 4 weeks. Reduce the big histamine triggers. Fermented foods. Yogurt, sauerkraut, kombucha. Aged cheeses and cured meats, alcohol, especially wine and beer. Leftovers sitting in the fridge for days. High histamine foods like spinach, tomatoes, avocado, eggplant, this is not forever. It's an experiment to see if symptoms calm down when you lower the histamine load. Mast cell support. With your doctor. Many people with MCAS use 8-1 antihistamines, like cetirizine, loratadine, H2 blockers, like famotidine. Sometimes mast cell stabilizers like cromolyn sodium, these done to cure MCAS, but they can dramatically reduce day-to-day reactions. DAO support. Some people benefit from a DAO supplement taken right before meals to help break down histamine from food. Think of it as giving your drain a little extra help so the sink doesn't have to overflow as easily. Always talk to your doctor or a qualified practitioner before starting new medications or supplements. For years, you may have felt like you were trying to solve a dozen different health puzzles. IBS here, migraines there, random anxiety, weird rashes. But what if it was never a dozen puzzles? What if it was one story your body has been telling all along, through your brain, your gut, your skin, your heart? MCAS and histamine intolerance give that story a name. They don't define you, but they finally explain why nothing has felt random. You are not crazy. You are not imagining this, and you are absolutely not alone. Here is your first detective assignment. For the next 7 days, write down what you eat and drink. Note when symptoms show up. Look for patterns, especially after higher histamine foods. Then come back to this video and share in the comments. What patterns are you noticing? What's the strangest symptom no one has been able to explain? If this connected dots for you, hit like so more people can finally get answers. And subscribe because we are going to dive deeper into low histamine meal ideas, specific symptom breakdowns. How to talk to your doctor about MCAS. Your body has been speaking this whole time. Now you finally have the language to understand it. If you found this guide helpful, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video and want notifications, please hit the subscribe button and that little bell. I truly appreciate the support. It keeps the channel going and allows us to empower even more people with the knowledge to improve their histamine intolerance. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.